The clock is ticking peacefully as an old man lays in bed with his coffee. It's seen as his health is declining. As he coughs while reading, he manages to drop the letter he was holding. As he picked this up, he stared with a long sigh. But for a brief moment a feather is seen falling. This startled the old man, looking up as a figure could be seen descending. A beautiful angel with wings and halo startled and shocked the man, as it's his first time being graced upon by a one-of-a-kind existence. The angel descended. With a pleasant look on her face she greeted the kind old man. The old man questioned her identity, which she introduced herself as an angel that came to pick him up. The old man exclaims his surprise as it's the first time to ever met such a divine being. She reached out her hands towards the old man, asking him to be at peace and no worries, as she would guide him to the path to heaven. With no pain and sorrow, she declares that he will be free of the suffering. She knew the old man's history of serving the military. Becoming a soldier for so long, he faced hardship through countless battles. Even though he has lived peacefully right now, knowing the painful memories he carries, she came here to heal those wounds. With every hardships the old man faced, he would be rewarded equally. She asks him to leave his body and mind. The old man smirked quietly, exclaiming his happiness, as he never expected an old man like him to get an invitation from such a beautiful angel like her. His eyes full of love, questioning if she wanted to make him hers, asking to show him the way to heaven. The angel couldn't believe the words coming out of his mouth, being flustered as the old man nears his lips towards her. Shortly after, the old man couldn't have expected that heaven would offer itself to him. The angel felt restless, as this isn't what she wanted. This gives off the idea that the old man won't pass away anytime soon. The story begins as the angel from heaven recently came to pick up a certain human who has grown old and was living alone. She descended from the heaven visiting him, which looked like that he was about to almost reach his lifespan. As she awoke from her nap, she noticed the old man outside. The old man was supposed to be weak and frail, but he displayed strength way more than the average man. This left the angel dumbfounded, as the old man flexes his muscle, exclaiming that he's still got a lot in him. The old man noticed the angel being awake. He greeted her good morning, apologizing for making such noise, as it's an early routine for an old man like him. He proudly showed off his muscles. The angel couldn't believe her eyes, as if the old man isn't really an old frail man. The old displayed his strength and godlike powers, as a spider is seemingly targeting the angel. With his axe-throwing skills, he stopped the spider in its tracks. The angel noticed the spider, suggesting it must be the work of the devils. As she was talking, she got pulled into the old man's chest, giving her the assurance of her safety and asking her to be more careful. His words shot straight through the angel's heart. She appreciated the concern, being thankful towards the old man. He suggests that she must be tired coming from such a distant place like heaven. She speaks of the manner, as she came here for a reason. She also pointed out the misunderstanding. She became fuzzy all of a sudden upon hearing his words when she descended last night. The old man teases her that he made sure to respond very kindly towards her intentions, even though she exclaims the misunderstanding. Although the old man describes the wonderful feeling of being touched in his cheeks, grazing him with her gentle fingers. This ultimately led to them kissing one another. This caused her to faint and leaned against his chest. He teases the angel as he wouldn't do the night activities towards a woman, and was gentle in handling her. After a proper explanation, she seems confused, as even though he is an old man, he still has the energy of a young man, being completely different from what she has been told in heaven, with the idea that she was to care for a feeble old man. But in hindsight it was the opposite. Add to the fact that she found his kissing to be that good for an old man like him. The angel, upon hearing this, became red all of a sudden, not believing the smooth words coming out of him. She still couldn't believe her actions, pondering if she committed an unforgivable sin as an angel. She still couldn't imagine that a human and a divine being like herself would kiss. She questions if words get out, would there be chaos that occur, or will it result in her exile? With a troubled mind, the old man suggests she could stay in his beloved him for a while to think things through. With a casual tone and expression, the angel became eccentric, although he points out that she's just too beautiful to resist. She exclaims that she couldn't come back empty-handed, being sure that she will take him to heaven. The old man understood the hardship of being an angel, although he declares of not dying easily. The angel then decided to stay beside him until death, and won't leave him until they both ascend to heaven. The old man in all of its lifetime doesn't believe hearing her words at such an age. He thanks her and held out her hand, asking if she's fine with an old man like he asks that she should take care of him from now on. He kisses her hand as he swears for the rest of his life he would forever make her happy. The ship sailed a long time ago, and we are seeing the angel have her heart pound so hard. She shouted fiercely as this isn't what she was hoping for, becoming red all of a sudden, which in the end made the old man's lifespan grew even more. Shortly after the angel got lead into the vast mountain tops, she ponders the destination, being careful not to trip as the road is steep. The old man was kind and not forceful towards his actions as they would be arriving soon. The angel couldn't believe that the old man is far from what a normal is capable of, add to the fact he is an older human. The angel still couldn't believe the information she received. She ponders as she read the wrong documents. The old man questioned this, as apparently souls they deem worthy of heaven would be confirmed by the goddess herself. She pointed out he especially has mountains of documents that contains the events of his life. Before descending, she was the one that insisted on guiding the soul. With quite a load of books she carries, the goddess calls out that only a handful of humans has an extensive record. It's then revealed that the old man was the one they called the hero. Serving many wars and saving countless lives, he never yielded as he was a man always ready to charge into the fray. The people sang of his bravery becoming the symbol of the kingdom's power. But even though he couldn't fight against mankind's greatest weakness, which was time, in the end he forfeit the blade and retreated to the mountains without telling anyone. He spent the rest of his life alone with his own thoughts. The angel wants the hero to hear the praise he deserves once more, and to tell him the deeds and courage, but also his devotion to saving lives, that it hasn't been forgotten. She suggests guiding the old man to heaven. Such a man deserves a peaceful rest. The angel blames herself for jumping to the conclusion that the hero was some feeble old man. As they near their destination, a beam of light shines brightly. Upon arriving, they are met with a beautiful view and the vast sea of flowers. The angel finds the place so beautiful. The old man introduced the place as it's his place to relax. She got startled by the old man for suggesting that this place is perfect for a date. She became embarrassed due to the fact that her wings flapped due to getting excited. She became mindful due to her wings crushing the flowers. The old man finds this to be cute and adorable. The angel saw this place before and complimented the beauty seeing it up close. She exclaims happiness and is thankful for being brought here. She explains that she knew everything about him from his documents, but due to that she might have created even more problems. She realized the mistake she made and won't rely based on what she have read. The old ma assured Angel Sama as she has nothing to worry, as she has a lot for her to learn, not just about him but mankind also. Unbeknownst to them, from a distance a woman is seen plotting something as the angel they found is seen being too naive. They found the target to be easy, being confident that the old man right next to her won't be a problem. As the day goes by, Angel Sama is prepared for her get-up to clean. The old man misunderstood this, suggesting that she got the housewife look down right. She insists on doing a few chores till she brings the old man to heaven. She asks the old man to take his time and let her do the cleaning for a while. The old man ponders as it's becoming more and more like they are a newlywed couple. The angel, on the other hand, is interested in cleaning in the human world, being happy seeing the results of her hard work. As she was about to clean the windows, she noticed something hiding. As she got out, she immediately gets captured as a succubus reveals herself, and a spider from the other day. The succubus insists on taking them to hell soon. She reveals her intentions of hunting the angel to make her own. She revealed knowing the angel's intention of bringing the old man to heaven, insulting her in the process. The angel insists them of leaving. The spider warns the succubus as the old man might return early. The succubus became interested as he talks too much of the old man. With quite the energy left in him, she decided to play with him. The angel doesn't want to let her. Besides, the old man wouldn't fall for such obvious seduction. Although the angel remembered how much of a smooth talker and lady killer he is, the old man returned unbeknownst to him. The succubus hugs him, greeting the old hunk with her body. The angel asks that he shouldn't fall for her tricks, although she gets stopped by the spider. The succubus glared with a smile, grabbing him by the neck and going in for a kiss. The angel screamed, smirking at the succubus. He presses against her lips, pushing her away. With a smooth talker, he exclaims of already having someone captured his heart. He patted her head, asking if she wants to come by, he would be waiting for her. The succubus gets angry if he was teasing her, which Angel Sama agreed that the old hunk is really amazing. He stopped the commotion, comforting Angel Sama. The succubus announced of her comeback, as she hasn't given up yet. The angel watches as the more he learned from this old man, the less she feels to understand him, questioning his identity. Later that night in the king's castle, he summoned his retainer, asking to summon a knight that hasn't responded to any letters he sent. With this person being important, he wants to look for him and bring him back. The retainer was none other than a knight also. Where the group talks about the important individual retiring 30 years ago, they question why do they still need that old man, exclaiming as it's a waste of time to depend on that old soldier. With this in mind, he is determined to make the king realize that the hero is a thing of the past. One peaceful morning, Angel Sama was doing laundry, which it's then revealed that it's been 1 week since their fateful meeting, even though she still feels some unease. She is still starting to get used to the human world. However, she has a problem, and that is that the succubus and devil sand still hasn't went away, still playing with the old man. This made her spark jealousy watching from afar. She confronted the succubus, exclaiming that she needs to go, although the old man doesn't mind, as the more the merrier. It's clear that her intentions is to get her way with him. Although they seem to get along while playing cards, with the spider also winning the game, it's clear the old man is merciless as he clenches the spider with his bare hands. The succubus warns him to not lay his hands on her familiar, as she is the only one who gets to bully him, and to take care of her friend like it. She must be a good girl. The succubus gets angry for being patronized, hitting the old man. Angel Sama comforted the old man, wanting to save him from his suffering, as she doesn't want him to endure the pain anymore. He suddenly remembered a familiar scene from before of a nun comforting him. The angel and succubus looks at him strangely, which he then hugs Angel Sama, keeping her close. He exclaims his happiness, smooching at her neck. This scene disgusted the succubus, being angry, doing it in front of others, calling him out for being a pervert, as she threw the book. She suddenly noticed a letter. Meanwhile, the knight sent to fetch the old man was Bai's fighting thieves, easily defeating them. The thieves never expected to find knights in a countryside, picking the wrong people to mess with. They then questioned if there was any private property nearby. The badly beaten thieves revealed one on the side of the valley. With this information, they marched on, leaving the thieves beaten. Back at the old man's house, the succubus and Angel Sama is shocked to find out the letter belonging to the king himself. He was invited to the royal family, which the old man laughs it off, as he was meaning to respond, but it seems he forgot for about a month, calling out his age, forgetting things when you get older. They seem interested, as it seems he served the kingdom. The old man gets interrupted as he seems to detect the knights from the kingdom. Over the horizon, the horses gallop as the knights arrive, nearing the small house. Outside, the old man, succubus and Angel Sama is questioning the situation. As the knights arrived, they look down on him for living comfortably, especially with the cute women around him. The succubus looks at them with desires in her eyes, which Angel Sama points out that she isn't taking the situation seriously. The old man welcomes the knights, questioning their business, to a remote place. They declare of coming to only talk with him. They introduce themselves as Verde, the captain, with his subordinates Chris and Eddie. The captain got right to the point, asking why isn't he responding to the king's letter. The old man jokingly used the excuse, pointing out that it must be a prank. In return, the old man gets a sword pointed towards him. Verde looks at him with a scary gaze. All along they were pondering that he was heading towards a quiet death, yet living comfortably with women, calling him out as a foolish old man who rests on his past laurels. The captain looked down at him, as the fallen Baldur, stating that their kingdom doesn't need a man ing him. The old man stood still, exclaiming that they are getting a little full of themselves. Verde challenges the old man to take up his sword, as this will be his last fight. As a knight and the hero of life he left, He no longer deserves those titles with his blade. The old man apologizes quickly as he sold his sword quite a while ago. Breaking the tense atmosphere, both the women laughs, not believing that he really let such a precious thing go. The angel approaches Verde as they meant no harm. But he doesn't take this politely, and points his swords towards them as he seemed to misunderstood, seeing the old hero as disgraceful, not forgiving his actions of selling his soul. Angel Sama then extends her wings, shielding the old hero, not letting Verde execute as she can't stand to see him suffer longer. The subordinates ask the lady to not be in the way as the captain gets in a frenzy. As Verde doesn't seem to listen, he swung his sword, but the old man has other plans and quickly grab hold of Angel Sama. They both dodged the sword, calling it a swing and a miss. The two dance gracefully, asking the captain to loosen up and not lose his cool. This made him enraged, swinging his sword dangerously. The old man doesn't seem to take him seriously as he points out that he shouldn't sweat over such trivial stuff, and being a knight shouldn't be so stressful. Verde thought of this as it's true, that the hero he once admired is no longer the same. He grips his sword, asking the same old hero back then. The subordinates watched from afar, wondering the situation, but suddenly arrows came flying pointed towards them. The old man displayed his powers of being able to finger tap the arrow, exclaiming that they are suddenly getting a lot of visitors today. The bandits from before came back with reinforcements. With this in mind, Verde accepted the deal of having a temporary truce. As the bandits charged with ill intent, the old hero suggested talking things through, ending things peacefully. The captain ignored this, looking at him as a pitiful soldier who lost his touch, already dying as a knight. Angel Sama sees this as a bloodbath is bound to happen, which she decided to stop the fighting as she can't stand doing nothing. As the battle erupts between the knights and bandits, they slashed each of the opponent with immense strength, with the weak turning into evil and further plunging deeper into their sins. It is up to them, the upholders of justice, to carry on the fighting for good. It's his belief that heroes need to do the same, chasing their shadows back then. But now it's all an illusion with the enemy at his feet. He gets stopped by the angel. She announces that they are heavenly beings who aren't allowed to interfere, but can't allow this to happen. Humans with such bold hearts as Verde, she couldn't let him fight down the wrong path. She also pointed out that stepping on someone's life with a twisted way isn't called justice anymore. Her words angered Verde, immediately striking down as he exclaims justice towards the evil. His swords was stopped mid-swing, as the old man can't have him go wrong with the path of the blade. As it is a symbol that shines as bright as its wielder's intentions, it isn't to be used on purging people with. He calls them out for being young and still has time to right their wrongs. Angel Sama agreed. As they have the power to do this, she hoped they find their way despite the wrongful things they did. With the situation calmed down, the knights went back, although they ponder if they should do something to bring the old hero back. But their fear they can't do anything towards a monster like him. Verde understood all along, as it wasn't an illusion, the bottomless power that he chased. Posing as a weak old man, even though he has unfathomable power, he must surely have a reason for doing so. And add to the fact that he still hasn't caught up to what he was aiming for back then. He exclaims of still not being ready to have the man he admired as his opponent yet. As he was heading back, he got reminded of Angel Sama's pleasing presence holding onto the feather that landed. With the situation being safe now, the old man asked for a reward with a kiss. This made her nervous, although in the end, she kissed his forehead unexpectedly. With both of them still being used towards expressing their gratitude and blessings, they both blushed for their words and actions, leaving the old man of almost having a heart attack. Later that night, Angel Sama gets stopped if something was wrong, as she couldn't seem to look at him straight in the eyes. It's then revealed that she couldn't get yesterday's event out of her head. Succubus was calling her out for being a show-off, asking that she should flirt with the old man more. She became even more troubled with the old man being near, as it's a little late now, but the recollection of her kissing him is still stuck in her head. Her thoughts get interrupted as the old man questions if they should go out. With the guests leaving, it should be alright to leave the house, looking for clothes to wear, as too much skin exposure would be dangerous, especially to a young lady like her. The following morning they readied up, Upon seeing the old man's appearance, she blushed over his handsome and gentleman's style. Upon hearing out, Angel Sama shines brightly as if the old man had seen the most beautiful woman he ever seen. This made him keep quite a distance from her, giving the idea that it's probably a shock to him. Unbeknownst to her, he could barely maintain his composure and his heart is racing out of his chest. Angel Sama suddenly apologizes for the inconvenience and careless action she did yesterday. He smoothly walked towards her and leaned her against the wall. Gracing her face with his hands, he exclaims of having no other choice but to give him a befitting punishment. Their moment was interrupted as a person could be seen coming out of the bushes. The bearded man exclaims of going all through the trouble of drawing the sketch, which he interrupted the great drawing. He also points out not seeing each other for 10 years. The bearded man called the old hero as Jack. He also introduced himself as Raoul. The old man still ponders about his identity, as he has no clue about it. The bearded man apologizes as his hands couldn't stop themselves from flowing across the paper after seeing such a lovely couple. Although Angel Sama denies this, he teases the old man, nudging him for scoring such a young girl at this age. This made the old hero to warn him of touching freely. With the question in mind if the old hero knows the bearded man, he only describes him of being shady at best and downright a criminal. He then exclaims of not only a painter but also an artist, collecting the MC's story. He presented a book called The Adventures of the Obsidian Knight, seeing Jack's countless battles through with his own eyes. They are all documented. Angel Sama suddenly remembered that she read this countless times, being one of her favorite pieces of literature from heaven. They both grabbed each other's hands, exclaiming their excitement, as she couldn't believe meeting the author himself. Angel Sama got intrigued, being grateful and appreciative of his wonderful book. He appreciates the compliment but can't look straight as the person who said the lines in the book is none other the hero right besides her. He apologizes silently for leading to believe that he was the one who wrote those lines. It seems like the bearded man was Jack's friend, always being told to stay away as it's dangerous, but he couldn't help but follow him on his adventures. Being a hassle to deal with. She asked the purpose for writing the book, which the bearded man explained, that it all started due to a lone man heading into a forest with nothing but a trusty sword to save a lady. Not believing the story, he had to go for himself and see. And sure enough, it was true, thus why he is called Jack. Angel Sama looks at him in admiration, seeing him truly as a true hero, and it's been an absolute honor to stay by his side. The bearded man also revealed his rewards of winning countless battles, asking the lady to not be fooled as this man has a habit of making women from far and wide. This made Jack to call out his nonsense. He also warns her that if she isn't too careful he might just eat her up. As he laughs and teases Jack, he gets grabbed and warned as it would be very damaging towards his lifespan if he delved into the subject any further. The bearded man panics, as he knows there's only one person that he really liked, and it's the nun. The nun was in a big church on the countryside, which there lived a beautiful priestess enjoying her quiet life. This made Jack the hero fell for her with all of his heart, and she's the only existence in the world that can mend his broken heart. This made Jack silence, leaving Angela Sama to ponder, but with a throb of a heartache in her heart. She panics, causing her wings to be shown. Jack sees this and warns them that the town is quite a place, as nowadays there has been some strange thugs. With city order getting more chaotic, he asks they should be more careful, although he plans to tag along. Upon arriving at the beautiful town, Jack held Angel Sama and asks her to compose herself to not show her feathers, as creatures of other races are rare here. The bearded man called the scene romantic but gets threatened to skin if he's still alive. He bids farewell, leaving the two alone as they stroll around the village peacefully while holding hands. With the two enjoying their time together around, Jack suddenly gets called out, being remembered by the townsfolk. A bunch of women also called out to Jack, telling him that it's been too long. They all group them up, asking that he should drop by once a year. Jack asks as favor for the old woman, bidding farewell as they headed out. The women excitedly welcomes Angel Sama, suggesting that they should have their usual ladies' chat. Bystanders from a distance question the old man, which the older folk explains the man of being the hero who saved the town and entire kingdom in the past. We cut short to the ladies' chat where they compliment her for being pure as an angel, being modest and leaving a deep impression on anyone just like her. They all pointed out to the nun who's living in the church village. Angel Sama remembered this, which made her seriously ponder if it wasn't meant to be her, it would be her instead, and the one who can only help Jack is her. They chat suddenly get interrupted as the scoundrels gang up on the ladies, especially towards Angel Sama. The scoundrels get confronted by the old man, asking them to not interrupt his cup of tea. The old man struck them down easily with his cane, leaving them to flee in a panic. With the situation calming down, the old man seems like a gentleman and amicable, but also daring as well, like Jack. Shortly after Jack arrived, not believing that they had a quarrel with the local thugs. Although the situation seemed fine, they were assured as a gentleman with a large build helped them out. It was very lovely and dashing man kissing the young lad's hand. This made Jack wanted to express his gratitude, but also emitting a really hostile aura. The old ladies laughed as they haven't seen Jack get so worked up in such a long time ever since the nun was here. The angel, after hearing this, insists of visiting the church of the nun that previously resided and asking politely the way there. With the church being located deep in the forest and no one living there, Jack was also interested in bringing her, as that church was a very important place that he also wished to introduce to her. This made Angel Sama clench her chest as his heart aches, whereas in the part of his past that she could not get to know would be revealed. Even though she was the one who wished to learn more about him, but as the more she learned, she was not aware of the more of her heartaches, and it is no longer possible to know his past self. With this in mind, she feels more distance from the hero's current self. She sees herself as foolish, declaring herself as an angel. As such, she should accept and treat all souls to save equally. Upon arriving at the church, Jack described the place as a shelter for a large number of children being treated by the nun, which also included him. He took his hats off and introduced someone, as she is the one who prevented his death. Even though he's old and senile, in his final moments as a hero, Angel Sama still recognized and accepted him. Upon hearing these words, she loosened her robe, being so blind and hesitant that so much has time, and the only one by the hero's side right now is none only but her. She announces towards the nun whom ascended to heaven a step too early, asking to rest assured that in her stead she too will guide Jack and stay by his side, because he is someone who she finds to deserve happiness. Making the pledge towards the hero, Jack hugged Angel Sama, where she is thankful for letting her meet Jack, the happiness and her most beloved.